Всем доброе время суток, с вами Steam Angels. Продолжаем мы играть, изучать мир Hogwarts Legacy. Кто? Бабайка. Всем доброе время суток, с вами Steam Angels. Продолжаем мы играть, изучать. Так. Я постоянно забываю выключать звук. Я поэтому себя периодически слышу. Так, снаряжение. Что у меня тут по снаряжению? Что-то надо продавать, пока я не убежал далеко. Вот. Продолжаем, так сказать, наш стрим с того же самого места, где мы перед этим начинали. Вернулись обратно к этому же поселку. Сейчас добежим до загадки Мерлина очередной. Выполним, что от нас требует.
What do you have in store for me this time?
Опять шарики катать. Будем катать шары. Да. Они станут. Что это? Яйца пимпламбы. Так, еще один круг, и вот здесь круг.
Revelio. Merlin himself would be proud.
Да уж, прям достижение, я не знаю, просто от радости кончу просто. Ну, зато 17 уровень. Так, у нас тут по карте рядом, скажем так, точка интереса. А именно паучье гнездо. Я думаю, что туда неплохо было бы смотаться, попинать паучков, ну либо меня запинают.
Revelio. There's a victory that came. Revelio.
Кто там спрятался такой у нас?
Incendio.
Рябиновый отвар.
Revelio.
Да. Вылази. Не хочет. Ладно, не хочешь, как хочешь. Мне бы интересно было бы еще добежать вон до тех воздушных шариков. поблизости посмотреть, что это вообще такое. А так мне надо бы появиться в Хогвартсе и
Revelio.
по травологии. Травология. На урок сходить. Это.
Levioso. Revelio. Accio.
Видимо, эта возможность будет. Ладно, вот еще одна у нас точка маринад, я помню там. Мы туда подходили. Там на пляжике. На пляжу. Нет.
Could it be a Merlin trial?
Ну и
Revelio.
что мне с тобой делать?
Accio.
Левиоса сначала, может быть.
Levioso. Accio. Revelio. Levioso.
Не Левиоса.
Revelio. Accio.
Так, у нас репейру.
Reparo.
Нет. Люмина.
Lumos.
Люмис.
Incendio. Accio.
Ой. А, ну если только вот там в ту воронку его загнать. И... Скотина.
Lumos. That's that. Settled. Revelio. Lumos.
Еще нету? Жалко. Там что-то есть. Что-то там есть. Ну, так понимаю, это...
Revelio. Lumos. Levioso. Accio. Incendio.
И ничего не работает.
Levioso. Incendio. Accio. Lumos.
Давай. Ладно, в общем, нам походу, чтобы не мучиться. Чтобы не бегать. По 20 минут по этому Хогвартсу. Мы сразу перенесемся в теплицы. И пойдем на урок травологии. Ну, видимо, сначала мы пропустим, подождем, пока наступит утро. Короче, все так печально.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Revelio.
В данный момент ничего не отслеживается. Меня просто кроет. Ну, ждать, ладно.
Good morning, Professor Garlic.
How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacula than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug. Quickly! Place your mandrake in the soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go.
Офигенный
Splendid
урок.
work, everyone. Now for our next task, we'll be
Revelio.
planting dittany at our potting tables. You can all get started. I need to have a brief word with our new student.
I wonder if hippogriffs like knot grass.
Yes, Professor?
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful! A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fancy.
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class. Well done! Once it can be harvested, your dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there, but your lead. Nice work in Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian! And he's good. Here we are. Home of the Chinese chomping... Go on. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest. Look at that! They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but... well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
Trust me, Leander. I was imagining it the entire time.
You were? I mean, of course, you're, not someone to be trifled with. I see that. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we, probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
What are you up to now?
With that helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragon hide gloves, I shall end our lesson here. Terribly sorry, Mr. Clopton.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Hope those mandrakes are really relishing their new pot. Only cost me my damned hearing.
Опять бегать, что-то искать, а? Блин, бегать теперь ищи.
In the greenhouse, as in the Great Hall.
Revelio. Off on another adventure, are we?
Итак, прошу прощения, прямо в 5 минут. Итак, я вернулся. Вернулся куда? Да хер его знает куда. Ну, пошли по зелеваренью. Сходим.
Revelio.
Так. Ключик. Ключик.
Accio.
И что?
I don't send many owls to myself.
It's a relief to finally have
Куда
an
он
answer.
свалил?
Revelio. Probably use a canary.
Ау, ключик. Фигучек.
Incendio. Accio. Revelio. He said I had.
Наверху, что ли, этот шкаф? Короче, куда-то от меня этот ключ свалил, летающий. Хыр знает куда.
Revelio.
I asked Ronan what he'd recommend for a billywig, and he laughed and goes,
What do you mean you won't be coming home for the holidays?
Чё, куда?
Revelio.
Да ты чё, издеваешься?
Was it?
Shouldn't there be orders or someone from the ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade?
Professor Black would never allow that.
more than you've let her on about the Goblin Rebellion.
Revelio.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
Практикуем к заклятиям совершеннейший подход. Формула двойной возврат. Трижды ночь плюс дважды мгла.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
То есть из такого котла.
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a goblin rebellion.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
Yes, but why does that matter to you?
Brilliant! And it matters because you can be a part of something truly creative. I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related to Professor Weasley?
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. Ugh. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Соберите яйца пимплампа, соберите мир в темный дворе, забудьте Фупера для Гаррета.
Revelio.
Распоряжение. Дата 31 декабря 1875 года. Управитель мракоборческий центр. Тема Гоблины и Беркс. В последнее время возле магазина Горбин и Беркс наблюдается нездоровое оживление в неурочные часы, особенно после полуночи. Черный кот доставляет подозрительные сверки. С учетом репутации магазина мы решили увеличить число мракоборцев, ведущих наблюдения. Вы входите в их число. Ожидайте дальнейших указаний.
Revelio.
Что это все?
A well-prepared witch or wizard always has a few potions on hand.
Here's the Fwooper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you! This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Edurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
По-моему, мне где-то на...
Should you chop the Dittany or crush it? wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss of your eyebrows.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and that's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to. Ah! Dragon Dung! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
I brewed an Edurus potion, as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
I'm sorry, Professor. I was merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical, given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all.
Sure.
I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
Revelio.
Greetings. I understand you're quite the enterprising young Ravenclaw. Professor Fig tells me you found a long-lost book for him. I'd like to talk to you about it.
Совсем, блин, ближний свет. Тут еще сундучки глазастые были. И надо переместить, сейчас будет невидимость.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Revelio.
Revelio.
Leading the bard is a bit too hairy-hearted for my taste.
Good of you to come. My friend, Professor Fig, speaks highly of you and your resourcefulness. He was vague as to details, but mentioned your having tracked down a difficult-to-find book. I wondered if you'd be willing to do a little detective work on my behalf.
Of course, Mr. Ollivander. Sounds most up my street.
Wonderful. You see, about a century ago, an heirloom applewood wand with a fairy wing core went missing from this very shop. My great-aunt suspected a student named Richard Jackdaw. He'd been serving as an assistant here and suddenly vanished.
Richard Jackdaw?
Like the bird. In fact, he was known to frequent the Hogwarts Owlery. We searched there, of course, but found no wand. We did find a series of statues similar to Jackdaw's. I'm certain they're a clue, but I cannot figure out where they lead. Jackdaw was last heard tittering about some pages with a map he'd stolen from Peeves. As you can imagine, the poltergeist was less than helpful.
Surely you could continue searching the Owlery.
Oh, one would think. However, the headmaster does not take kindly to an old wand-maker loitering about the place. Can't say I blame him. Also, I have perhaps been looking for too long. I feel a fresh set of eyes, and a bright mind like yours is sure to solve this riddle.
Сейчас засмущаюсь.
Is there anything special about the wand?
Oh, yes. It's terribly special. But not in the way you might think. It won't grant special powers to the caster, no. Nothing like that. But it will ease the hearts and minds of the Ollivanders to know of its return, and that power is immeasurable.
Why would the thief have taken the wand?
I must admit I have no idea. From what I can gather, he fancied himself an adventurer of sorts. Always looking for trouble. In fact, after he went missing, rumor had it his ghost was seen in Hogsmeade. Never heard much about him after that, but it seems as if his adventurous spirit may have got the better of him. Perhaps he thought that the wand had some special power simply because of its esteemed lineage. Astonishing how misunderstood the art of wand-making is.
I'll have a look for you. You've certainly given me plenty to go on.
Oh, you've brought hope to this old wand-maker's heart. Professor Fig was right. You are a remarkable student.
Ужас. Ужас, ужас, ужас. Ладно, я думаю, что на этом мы завершим наше приключение. Сегодня такой коротенький был стрим. Вот, в общем, ставьте лайк, подписывайтесь на мои каналы, оставляйте комментарии. Ну и всем до скорых встреч, всем пока.